Good afternoon, all. Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have for you a Link to the Past randomizer Challenge Cup race between DoctorBobtastic and PlumeriaKnight. Joined on comms today by Captain 1977 and Star 1468. How are you two doing?
Doing all right. How are you doing, Captain?
We're doing pretty well, thank you.
All right, I will hand this one over to you two, and we'll get started here shortly.
Thanks, Cubs. So we've got ourselves Dr. Bobtastic versus PlumeriaKnight Game 2 in their best of 3 series here in brackets round 3. Where I believe Plumeria took Game 1, so Bob is looking to force a Game 3. Plumeria looking to secure a spot in quarterfinals here.
Looks like we got an inverted key sanity today, so we're going to start with that flute. It's going to make for some interesting drawing options to open up here, but we're starting in the dark world instead of the light world, and we got a key sanity, so all the keys, maps, compasses, and shuffled. So, yep, we're going to take our adventure to the dark world today.
Yes, we will. So, give our runners a follow here, Dr. Bobtastic and PlumeriaKnight. Thank you to my co-com Captain, to our tracker, Lady Laura Linda, and to our restreamer Cubs here. As far as what their sprites are, we've got Vivian from Paper Mario on Bob's side, and that's also Vanilla MSU in case you switch over to him. PlumeriaKnight is playing with the Breath of the Wild Zelda sprite and the Breath of the Wild 2 MSU.
We should be getting underway here just a moment. Thanks again. Always give our runners a follow, and of course, shall do our tracker, Lady Laura Linda, Cubs, and Star. Thank you very much for everyone for being here. We go underway here in just a couple seconds. There we go. Okay, Bob headed over to Stumpy to start here. PlumeriaKnight tried to kill something to do a tree pull. Hopefully for Bob's to do high cave right away.
Yep. Hey, flippers are a nice early find here off Stumpy. And yes, we start with the ocarina with an activated flute. This is to make life a little bit easier to get around the map, and they don't need to get activated in the light world either. In fact, Mira's going to flute on over to the Mire area immediately, as it's time for some archery for Dr. Bob here.
Okay, we need Quake for Mire today. Bob farms up some rubies. We'll take a look at the Mire shed. There's a couple bombs. Early glove.
And the glove. Very good early find.
Okay, there
Ourselves a B2 Mire, alright.
Yep. Ooh, lamp.
Lamp.
Bottle.
Bottle. And nothing. Or map to, what was that?
I missed it.
Saw a map, immediately read it up as mentally as being useless, and then we realized, wait, that's not useless. We're in key sanity. That actually is helpful. Plumeria is off to the village outcast area. Bob is over here north of Dark Lake Hylia, gonna buy some bombs. And we'll see the Friend of Thieves here for Plumeria for pretty quick checks. We'll see what all is in here. Tends to be a pretty solid play in Inverted as I get a map to TR. And Bob's off to the Mire area.
It looks like Bob is gonna make the high K play with those bombs. A map to Meyer. And Ether. And that was a map to Eastern Palace that was in the back of High Cave.
As far as how the seed's going so far, it's Inverted Key Sandy, but nothing is really going on much. We've got ourselves Lamp, Glove, and Flippers, as well as a bottle. That's a small key to Castle Tower. Nothing super interesting at the moment. Just doing early checks, looking for items.
Well, we have a lamp. We have one Castle Tower key.
We can go up there if we want, yeah. And a glove too.
Yeah, the mountain is in logic with that lamp and glove, so. And the flute.
Mm-hmm. Currently, the two runners just going up each other's footsteps. Bob in the village. Plumeria going for the archery game now.
And it certainly feels like we're gonna have to go up the mountain here at some point. We got that lamp. We can save the old man. Check out Super Buddy Cave.
We are definitely starting to run out of checks here, that's for certain.
Check one check in pod if we really wanted to. Yeah, let's start. Go up to Skull Woods. Okay, there's the flippers for PK.
I was gonna say that Skullwoods is available, isn't it, in the front? My knowledge of Inverted is wonky at the best of times. I've commentated this is my 14th commentary of a brackets match between Main Tournament and Challenge Cup, and this is my first Inverted Keys, and my second Key Sandy period. My first ever brackets comms for this year was for a Tournament Keys match, and I haven't had one since, so a little rusty on these.
Okay, PK is making the play over to Catfish, since we do have that glove.
Mm-hmm. Snapchat, Pendant Meyer Crystal Tiara.
Catfish is gonna give us a key.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Oh
that's
dear.
Agaseed. That's an
Oh dear.
Agaseed. Where's the sword at?
Where's our sword? Because that's casted key number 2. We've got a lamp, we've got a glove, and we don't have much else.
Okay, game. Bob having a little trouble in the room here. Give those not play nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Rather horrendous spot to get stuck there. It's not all that friendly. 10 arrows off bumper ledge, so don't need to worry about that shenanigans later. But Plumeria decided to not go up Death Mountain just yet. He's also going to head into the Skullwoods area. Yeah, they're really sure on swords. Could be Inspector Rock, could be the old man. I think it could be here. Which it isn't. That is a map to Hyrule Castle. Neither of them having all that much fun with this room. 3 hearts, green mail, no weapons whatsoever. Not a fun time here.
No.
That berry is going to park itself right in the way. There we go. It's moving. Ish.
Yep, and he's like, well, alright, you don't want to move, I'll just bomb you then.
Yep. No, in Inverted, the Akka Tower and Gans Tower have switched locations. So Akka Tower's up on the mountain, Gans Tower's up top of Hyrule Castle, and there's our sword! Yeah,
Okay.
it's time for Akka.
Yep.
And the big T to Desert.
Okay. Yep, the thing about Inverted here is that Desert Palace is blocked by the book. You do need the book to go in the desert. So.
Yep, can't mirror over there because the mirror goes the other way. Inverted. And oh, speaking of swords, there's Master Sword. Thanks!
Just 2 swords casually in Skullwoods, no big deal.
Yeah. To note, for Aga in Inverted, since he is no longer the top of Hyrule Castle, you don't need Master Sword for it or Cape for him anymore. You just need a sword to break the curtains. You need well, in this case, a flute, basically, to get up the mountain. So if we didn't start with flute, we'd need either flute or glove and lamp. And we also need a lamp for the tower itself, as per the typical. As well as, in Key Sanity, you obviously need the keys, which we have.
Like Bob wants to maybe check out the pyramid here. Take a heal from the fairy here.
There's sword number 1 for Plumeria.
Yeah, if anything, getting that Master Sword is just going to help the castle tower climb. So, that's nice to have. And on the pyramid, we have a heart container. We will gladly take that. Please. We're on 3 hearts still. Now we're on 4.
Oh, absolutely.
Bob's going to make his way over to Catfish here. By that second castle tower key, be like, okay, time to go up the mountain.
And that is exactly where PK is going right now. Heading up the mountain, saving the old man. We'll see what he gives us. The old man's a bit of a pain in the Inverted because you need to rescue him from the Dark World Old Man Cave. Climb up the mountain, take the portal over by Spectral Rock, then head back down the mountain to turn him in. So we can see Dr. Bob's face cam on our end, because we can see their full streams, and he's just like, yep, figures. I expected that when he just nodding on face cam at the sight of that Castle Tower key. He is not surprised. Also, ooh, I like that bunny sprite for Plumeria there. I am having a particularly major brain fart as to what those are called in Breath of the Wild, and that's a nifty little one. And a map on Spectral Rock. And they're actually called Loopies. Nice. Yeah, that's what it was. $300 in Spectral Rock is actually kind of nice to have. And Plumeria will go pick that up. Old man gave us a compass of some type.
Yep.
And that's a safe good for Plumeria. Time to go do Mega Tower now.
Old man gave us a couple Sahara, so not particularly useful, but okay, Bob's gonna go ahead and walk all the way back up to Spec Rock here.
Yep.
Gonna get that 300 rupees.
We'll see Super Bunny here for Plumeria.
Make it past these Lionels.
And Bob deciding he does not want the $300. Finals are not fun on 1 heart.
Nope. Look at the TR medallion here as well. We need... Okay, it's double ether today, I think.
Thought it was Quake from Meyer?
Oh, that's Quake for mine. You're right. Yep. Medallion swapped spots today. It's normally TR Quake is TR and Ether is Fire, but it's the other way around today.
Yep.
Okay.
Bob is also going to head over to the east side of Dark Death Mountain as we find 3 bombs and the big key to Pod here in the Super Bunny Cave.
Oh, Bob takes a death there from the Lionels, as one tends to do when you only have 3 or 4 hearts.
Yep.
And PK is fluting away here. They're
Odd, it looks like.
That's an interesting call with 0 pod keys.
0 pod keys? Do you remember what that was in that potion?
Okay, not going to pod. Never mind.
Okay, I was gonna say, because I don't think he has a potion for potion glitch either.
Yeah, the bottle had
Check
a
it
B
down.
in it, so... Yeah, it's gonna be happy to see that heart container there on the ledge, I think. And Bob makes it through the Lionel there, and we're gonna get that big key to pod.
PK seeing that heart container.
And now is the pod play here for PK. So this ends up being something useful. This could be a big find here for PK early.
For sure, this is a long way for a singular check that is completely isolated. I will laugh if there's a vote or a pod key here, but unlikely.
Bob
Yep.
finally headed.
While in chat asking what does inverted keys mean, you start in Dark World, keys are shuffled. And bombs.
Yeah. First chest we got $20.
And there are some other adjustments to the overall map as well in inverted to make sure that the game still works with the mechanics of switching from your base being in Dark World instead of Light World. Who generated today's gem? One of our runners. Not sure who, just one of them did. Chat discussing why Plumeria didn't do Mimic Club. Apparently he knows. Apparently he knows it, according to raids there. Just chose not to. I do not know why. Perhaps didn't want to do more of pod. Perhaps wanted to stick with logic. I am not entirely sure. That is different as a side note from Potion Glitch. Potion Glitch requires a potion as per the name, but Mimic Clip is a different form of manipulating the camera. Or manipulating the mimics, technically. Yeah, noting else that the bottle vendor is currently our only check in logic, so he has to have some kind of progression, as there is not a great deal one can do in the Light World without a Moon Pearl.
You got Sick Kid as well with that bottle.
Yep, true. Because there's very little else that you can do as a bunny in Light World without the in inverted here. Don't die. And how many blue balls do you think we'll get today, Captain?
4.
You took my usual guess. I'll say 5 then. Is K45 magic without Moon Pearl? I don't think so.
You can't get to K45 item because there's pots in the way, and you can't let pots as a bunny.
Yeah, I was also just thinking of there's like stuff to lift in K45 itself too. Unless I've gotten completely lost, so yeah.
Yeah, I just hope nothing bad happens here for Bob here. He's on 1 heart, so gotta play a little bit safe, but okay, we're getting all the blue balls today.
Yep. It is possible to get 0 blue balls, yes. It's a maximum 15, minimum 0. It is seeded the first time you try to fight. But if Bob does take a death here, he will get a completely different number on his next attempt. I think that's blue ball number 3.
So we're on 3. I think we got about 4 hits on him so far.
Something like that. I think he's close. There we are. 3 total.
Not too bad then.
No, that's not too bad. And Plumeria will have the same RNG there. Working out. Wait, where am I going now? You want to head down and over here, and
Yeah.
that's the guards. I'm gonna have to save quit back here and then take the portal. Bit unfortunate timing here. We're just gonna make them pretty close to getting into Light World proper.
If there's inverted FTB Aga, that portal will be active right there. As kind of mimic the portal you get from defeating Aga in normal versions. So.
Mary also trying to avoid the guards and has a bit better luck than Bob did, and a bit more health at the time. Heading back up here might kill him. That's on over.
Yeah, these red guards are pretty relentless. Gotta be careful.
They are. Bob getting chased by the guards too here. Because since I feed Haga, the guards are rather aggressive here. It is not fun.
Right, here's one check. We got Sick Kid with that bottle in hand. There's the Mood Pearl.
Alright, that's our progression.
Bottle vendor just having a Baptist Swamp Palace.
And there's the small key to GT out of the bar. Yeah, simultaneous bunny walks, hard required. Do Aga to get your last location your Moon Pearl and Sick Kid to do the seed really, as we find a small key to layer in the chicken hut. Got a bloomerang in the well. And the red meringue. Okay, game. Okay. Both boomerangs in a row. As well as, okay, that's Master's Temperate Sword, the map to Desert, and the big key to Thieves.
Tempered Sword's nice to have right away. That's good.
Yep.
Over the Blind's Hut here. 5 more checks to do.
Got ourselves a big key to TR. 20 bucks. Our container. Red rupee. And our last item is another red rupee. Yeah. Big key to TR is required because we know that there's a crystal. Other than that, though, not much of use in there. So they will definitely be appreciating that 5th heart container. That 5th heart there. With how much damage they've both taken by now. Mary is going to pick up his small key to GT. Crystals in Eastern and the desert there for Dr. Bob. We will need that book at some point then.
Okay, Dr. Bob going up in the Lost Woods. Looks like PK is going to check library, race game. Oh, that's a fire rod there in the Lost Woods, though.
Yep, nothing on the library. Skull Woods is a thing to look at now. Well, for turn 2, I guess. And Rice Game's not a hard. And $50.
Since this is inverted, we're gonna walk. We don't
Yep.
want to save a quit.
No, we don't. One of the changes to the overall map in Inverted to make this game work is to make some chunks like K45 accessible in a way they normally would not be, as we get the map to pod here out of K45. Yeah, confirming I wasn't sure that Desert's actually a 5/6 crystal, which is really nice to have, nice to know. Nice, so nice to have, but nice to know as we find a red rupee off it, the Lumberjacks. That was out sure. And it looks like this is an Akina play.
Yep,
No books, I can't do on this tablet yet.
Yep, and one of the other changes in Inverted Key Sanity is that we can actually just walk right to Checkerboard Cave.
Yep. We'll see what the Sanctuary chest is here for Bob. He comes 2 thieves. I think Desert Ledge had anything either.
I believe it was just bombs, yeah.
20 bucks off Checkerboard.
Bob's gonna do Graveyard Ledge here into the back of Escape, I think. Yeah.
I assume, yeah. I don't. This question mentioned about getting to Moth without finding a small key. You can just use the one from the back, I believe, because he did not steal it for the front. Unless I'm having a scatterbrain, which I might be. River Ledge having a small key to Skull Woods and a pod key on Agina.
Well, we just solved that issue with the Skullwood Stalking. In case we did use it, we don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
Alright, back of Escape here for DoctorBobtastic. We got a small key to Thieves Town. Harpies and the Key to Samaria.
Nice things to get. Definitely need that cane, what with TR being a required crystal today. And Smonkey's usually means that if they find a hammer and they return to thieves, then they can clear that. And that's a very required GT big key there in the dam.
Okay.
You cannot beat the game without that one. Kinda needed to be able to climb up the tower, kill Akatu, and then go beat Ganon. That is still as usual, even in inverted keys. Maria on very, very low health, so keep watching out for the enemies here. Does get a health drop. And Dr. Bob is in the back of Thieves Town, without the Thieves Mole, but also without the hammer, so... he has a Thieves Mole, he doesn't have the hammer situation. Never mind, I'm scatterbraiding a smidge.
Wow, PK is continuing their trek to South Light World here, headed in the mini Moldorm Cave.
Yep.
20 bucks, compass, ice. There's a cape.
Bugnet.
Big key to ice.
And we have a small key to Skull Woods in the Thieves' Town attic. Lake Island, just some arrows.
Another one of those inverted keys inverted mode things that gets changed. You just walk out to the island from the light world.
Yep.
We make a stop at everyone's favorite hobo. You're under the bridge. We're gonna get a map. The GT. Yeah.
Line cell giving us a small key to TR, first of 4. Plumeria heading for Ice Rod Cave. And we've got ourselves a small key to TR. Nice. Okay, that's key number 2 out of 4, and it's time for line. Mary looking to do aggressive water checks. Bob is
oh, Bob.
taking a death.
If you only had that cape.
If only. Gonna leave that behind for later. It's not too bad to get back to with the flute. Is instead going to go finish off Skull Woods as Plumeria is heading for the Waterfall Ferry. Hitting 3 bombs and 3 bombs. Had to be in the model, so needs to release that to see what the ferry will give him. Another beat. Thanks. Or ledge is more money.
There's a book on Zora as well.
You may need a page refresh. Plumeria's stream's been lagging all over the place, and I am only seeing the book just now. You were a good 30 seconds ahead of me there, Bob, and I just refreshed my own page. As a note. I'll hit my refresh button too, but Plumeria's stream is a little bit laggy today, so it's a little bit sporadic. It may be lagging a little bit at different rates for us as Bob arrives on Moth. Plumeria's personal time was about a minute behind Bob's at the moment.
Hey, Bob able to take down Moth there for a heart piece and green pendant.
You're a little bit ahead if you could refresh, Captain.
Yeah.
And for the eastern area for Plumeria is Dr. Bob heads for the bridge chest of Skull Woods.
Here are a big key there in the bottom of Skullwoods.
And Plumeria finding out that's the Skullwoods is the green pendant. Saha's Hut giving Dirt Piece 10 arrows and 10 arrows. You see the uncle here from Bob. And just 2 heart pieces. Looks like he's going to go for the front of escape as well. We'll see what's in there. And single green rupee there off the first chest of Eastern from Plumeria. And heart piece. So we had a pretty slow start, really slow mid game right now. We still don't have a great deal of items or a great deal of keys as Bob gets the compass to Meyer here in Dark Cross. 40 minutes in, we're missing a lot of stuff.
Where is the stuff?
I guess we do have a good number of the big keys, though we're still missing the Skullwoods. That's not Skullwoods. We're missing we're missing the Eastern Swamp and Skullwoods big keys, and that's the Eastern one that's the most notable of the 3, like Map to Ice. And we're missing a lot of small keys. And our trackers are looking pretty sorry at the moment too, at 40-minute mark.
That is a very sparse tracker.
Yeah, and I mean, part of it's it being inverted, and even still, they've done a pretty good amount of checks at this point, 41 minutes in, and they still don't have much. Run of escape so far turning out to be a complete and total bust for Bob. As Plumeria gets the compass to TR out of the Eastern big key chest, which is his last check in here without a bow or big key. And is it me, or are we starting to run a little bit lower on checks?
There is a bow in the back in Zelda cell there, so...
Speaking of, that's a spot.
Not in logic without that small key, though, but we're gonna see.
Yep, need the Subaru's key logically, because you could otherwise take that key from the front and use it on the back instead. That is good for Bob when he heads on over to the eastern area, though he still doesn't have a big key. That big key. We don't know where it is, so cannot complete it just yet. Yeah, pretty much, as noted in chat. Thanks to Rekka, our checks basically at the moment as we find out our red crystals are ice and swamp. Okay, so those there isn't one, and I'm not entirely blind. Is that there's very little left. We have Ice Palace, which we have access to with flippers, and because this is inverted, we have access to with flippers and the fire rod, which Plumeria still needs to pick up out of Lost Woods, and the blind, which Bob died to. Blind and the just blind actually. We can't do the Thieves Town big chest. We still don't have a hammer.
And we can't even complete Ice Palace without that hammer. So.
Nope. No hookshot either for ice, just to add to the mess. Friend of TR is an option too. Yeah, it is actually. We do have Ether. We do have the Cane. We don't have a lot of keys for the. We have 2 keys for the place. It's not the worst-ish play. It's actually not the worst play.
Yeah, it's actually not that bad.
It's not the best play, but none of their options are good at this point, so that it may as well might take a dip up there. They could actually try the Front of Desert with that book. They don't have the boot, so can't do the torch. They don't have the small key, so Landmost is out of logic, but Desert is an option. As Bob gets his GT big key. Although Bob actually needs to get his book out of King Zora there to get to Desert himself.
Yeah, as long as Bob continues this route here, you should head into Zora again and get that book and pass. No keys for Desert, so can't really do much in there.
Yeah, we don't have the small key. We do have the big key. The big key was in the front of Skull Woods.
Oh, right.
Landmost is out of logic until we find that small key. And yes, we are aware that Plumeria's stream is a little bit choppy. Apologies, his internet is not the best. Unfortunately, there is nothing we can do on Restream end. That's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah, PK about
Both
to get
runners.
a little sad here with finding that bow after that Eastern, but...
And while we're seeing the runners go over checks the other already did, Bob picking up the $20 tells me he's probably thinking about Zora. Give our runners a follow, DoctorBobtastic and PlumeriaKnight, to my co-comm Captain 1977, our tracker Lady Laura and Linda, and thanks a lot Cubs too, who's our race streamer today.
Oh yeah, we have a couple more checks in pod now too, with that bow and small keys. So
yeah, the small key gets them in the front door, and that's about it. But that is a little bit more. They can dip a variety of dungeons. Is basically where they're at right now.
Yeah.
Maria Death warping back to the front.
Wow, continuing the south shore route here. Mini bouldering, he brought Ice Rock Cave, and as long as he continues these flipper checks, he should get that book. Maybe go into the desert.
Might not be a bad play at this point. As a side note, shout out to we still do not have regular Dark World access. No hammer, or no regular Light World access. You're still stuck taking that portal. No hammer, no mitts. And lots and lots of hiking today. Plumeria is gonna find his second Skull Woods. Or first to go with small key out of Graveyard Ledge here. And that is a really unfortunate death for Bob.
Yeah. Get PK in the back of escape here and get that small key to thieves and Cadence tomorrow, yeah. I'm gonna walk it back out to Sanctuary, get the Sanctuary chest. Bob says, South Shore, I don't need it. Okay, we're gonna go to Hobo first here. Check out the island.
Mary, I think, is checking Lumberjack and routing in Lost Woods now, which will get him his Fire Rod. That's good.
Yeah, routing inverted in this is not that easy sometimes. Because once you get to the light world, you just have so many checks open to you, and you don't know which way to go.
And how to route them in, yeah. Or what, yeah. Bob is not going for the water area, well, for the Zora area checks just yet here. He does need that book. Desert is a crystal, and there is no avoiding that at some point. That is going to first do Ice Rod Cave as Plumeria gets his Fire Rod.
And just in case there's no money in here, he's gonna open up that cave, get a few rupees for Zora here.
And we're gonna get a pet check for Plumeria. Is this required today?
Very well, could be.
Verdict is Rupee Hard. Nope. They do not want the 300 bucks. It is minorly ironic for Bob getting rupees here when he knows 50 bucks is on Zora Lights, but it's the better safe play too. Because you don't want to go over there, hope that there's enough money in the area, and then find out there isn't and be sad. Off he goes, hopefully he doesn't die. And Plumeria's got enough money, he doesn't care about that 50 bucks.
Yeah, Plumeria's already done Zora, he's already opened pods, so you don't really need the money right now.
Nope. We're actually taking a scroll back over to
PK's
that
going
area.
to Ice Palace. Nope, just kidding, he's...
Oh, this would not be the route to Ice Palace anyway. Wouldn't you see it put for ice?
No, yeah.
Just a point, because we don't exactly have a mirror to get over to Ice Palace here.
True.
Or, yeah.
Looks like...
Trying to remember what the inverted world map looks like, because it's a bit trippy.
I think PK is walking the desert.
I think he is. It is a really long and slow hike, but there really isn't a fast way back here. So I wonder if save quitting and taking the Aga portal might have been slightly faster, but this isn't fast as Bob gets his book.
We're gonna check Bombo's tablet on the way though, however.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. Bob save quitting to Link's house. And Bumba's tablet is a small key to Hyrule Castle. Well, that's our, what was it? Sell.
Nope. That
That
wasn't
is our
really...
Bowen logic.
Oh, it's the logic. Yes, correct.
That does. I guess it puts more of pod in logic, but other than that, not much.
Yeah, it's still only one pod small. You don't really want to go to pod with less than one small, but might not have a choice of this seed. So, we're gonna
Hey, running
see.
out of stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna see
Speaking
here.
of pod, we're actually in the eastern area now for Bob's. Unfortunately, the bow will not do anything extra here without that big key. And that's her container. I mean, they can't complain, but it's not really what they want to see right now.
A green pendant wasn't even anything. It was 20 rupees.
Yeah, and 3 bombs off the torch. Desert. The big chests are the only other item checking logic here, giving us a key to TR. Key number 3. Alright. Not
TR's
really.
looking much better right now.
Yeah! Little irritating without a little bit of it, without the ice rod, but your options are, well, running out, so. And 3 TR keys is a pretty good number. Plumeria is missing the one from Blind Cell, in case anyone is wondering.
I think PK wants to put off going to Thieves Town until they find the hammer, but
I expect likely, yeah. Bob is going to find absolutely nothing at all here in the Eastern. Plumeria cleared the front out earlier and found nothing I won't bother to even write down. My note sheet is about as sorry as our trackers at the moment. We are still missing so much stuff here 54 minutes in. 55 minutes in.
here's the landmo for PK. Oh, okay. Okay. Still gotta be careful. You're not too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 1. There we go.
Getting rid of B for his troubles, as well as his, that is his first crystal. First crystal on the board for either runner, actually.
Yeah.
Not been the nicest of seeds for that, so, or for anything else, really. We need, at minimum, we need the hookshot, we need the ice rod, we need a mirror.
We need a lot of stuff.
We need a hammer, yeah, we need stuff. We need an assortment of small keys. And the Eastern Big Key.
Second, I thought PK was gonna go up the TR, but no. I got the fire rod. You can go to Skull Woods here.
Yep. Going to finish it off. And that's a safe quit from Bob. We'll see where he's off to next. Map check. Think. Not sure how much new information we got off that one. Oops.
Yeah, I think we're still missing one pendant information.
We are. That's the big thing.
looks like Bob is making that play over the Desert Palace here now.
Yep.
And be rewarded with a crystal at least. That's about it.
Yeah, a crystal and his third TR small.
There goes Moth for PK. Picks up that green pendant. Which we know the green pendant tournament was just 20 rupees, so it's not even that. But might check some more pod. If he goes back that way.
Possible.
PK gotta go ahead and make the play of the Thieves down here.
And yep, happy 1 hour roll. We have 1 crystal across the board. So Bob's on his way to his first. We are missing a lot of small keys and several several items besides, and we're not going anywhere fast.
Again, pick up the key. You need that key. There you go. Is it TR small for EK? Is we're gonna probably see what's on blind here at this point. So
I think so. PK has 8 hearts, a cape, and is just generally a little, somewhat better equipped than Bob's. I think 4 heart fight earlier.
okay, and I missed the item. It's a pendant though. That's our last pendant.
Unfortunately, I also missed the item. Convenient syncing. Plumeria's internet issues strike again. Which it might be messing with Bob's stream too. It's annoying, unfortunately. Apologies. It does not look like Plumeria marked much. GT key, thank you, is what that turned out to be. Thank you, Cubs. On that note, we should probably both refresh our comms pages, Captain. And back to blind for Bob. That does indeed mean we know all of our crystals. Unfortunately, we're missing a lot of stuff for all of our crystals.
Yep. PK making that play though in the TR. I think this is probably the best play for the brothers right now.
I think so.
There we go. Bob gets his revenge on blind there. It's a small key to GT and gets all his crystal and pendant information all in one go.
Red Rupee off of the first destined TR for Plumeria.
So 3 small keys, we can get all the way to Laser Bridge if we skip Lava Chest. Believe you're not gonna do Lava Chest. Well, actually, you could do Lava Chest if you really wanted to, but I think you want to save a key for try next later. So
Yeah. Try next to the crystal. I'd probably use the key in the back and save it from Laser Bridge. Alright, right side is silver arrows and $20.
silvers are nice, but not really required. But they're nice to have.
Yeah. Just not progression of any kind. PK almost forgetting to pick up that smoky. Oops. Apparently we both need a refresh again. Bob. Chat there. There's the mirror, speaking of, as Allison was just commenting on it. Yeah, we just found it. TR chain chomps. Great spot. Fantastic.
We're moving.
But yeah, this was a forced Agassi. They, that TR is close to last location on action for both of them, I think. They were running out of stuff. The main other locations besides TR were Pod and Ice. With no hammer and a minimal number of keys. Maria getting bunny beamed. Sealing the small key, or no?
Thinking about the lava chest.
And decides
no.
not to.
And Big Chest of TR got 3 bombs. At the crystal roll room here, we got. Oh, there's some blue mail.
Yeah.
Again, nice to have. Not progression though. But...
Nope. I mean, the mirror will get them progression eventually. Main thing that's coming to mind right now for that mirror is, well, they can do the first chest of swamp now. They don't have a small key, the hammer, or a hookshot, but they can do the first chest of swamp. We have seen Bumper Ledge Vortex. That was absolutely, I think that was 10 arrows or something. Completely not helpful.
Yeah, it was 10 arrows. Okay, here's Laser Bridge. Not easy to do in this mode. There's a
There's
hookshot.
the hookshot. You might want to go open that safety door. Yeah. Vortex, this was an Agassi. They checked Bumper on the way there. Well, while they were in the general vicinity of Skullwoods, I realized that saying this is an Agassi doesn't tell you much when they start have flute. It's term inverted keys. Whoops, that is a death for PlumeriaKnight. Good thing he took that safety door. Yeah, they were really. I think they both checked it while they were in the village, Skullwoods area. Quite early in the seed. Laser Bridge giving us. There's the swamp small. Speaking of, okay.
Well, we have an extra chicken swamp now.
Yes.
We've doubled our swamp checks. Yes.
Yes, we do. Sorry, I'm just laughing at the way you worded that. We also on a completely different note. We do have that hookshot does give us access to East Oaks Mountain, which has quite a few checks to do. Can't get over to Harrow though. We still don't have a hammer.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to Paradox Cave. The good news is with the mirrors getting back to Tridex, it's not going to be difficult because they just come up to the mountain here, mirror, right to Laser Bridge.
Yeah. Alright, 7 checks in Paradox. Let's see what's in here.
Hammer's gotta be here.
We're starting to run out of places as we get, oh dear, that's not really what we want to see.
I want Meyer.
We can get in the door now. We do have a hookshot that we just picked up, as well as that click that just turned up, as we get a heart piece, half magic, and a heart piece. Half magic is nice to have, still not progression, as we get another heart piece and a second bottle. Items, just not progression ones. Thanks, game. I'm gonna see Sparrow Cave and Floating Island here, I think, for Plumeria. And then we'll see where next. This is basically the main thing Hookshot unlocks that and Meyer, which they do have one small key and the big key to Meyer. They have a lamp, they have the cane. They can clear the place, they just don't want to.
Yeah, we already know Pet said. Oh, there's a big key on Floating Island.
Yep, and that is the big key to, well, Swamp. Speaking of Swamp, thanks.
Yep. The big key we can't even use right now. Thanks,
nope, because we don't have a hammer. And I forgot Hookshot Cave exists, right.
Yeah. Good thing PK remembered. Alright. Hookshot Cave. You have a hammer? That's not a hammer.
And to correct you, Allison, as we get a single arrow for Bob, Mirror was in Crystal Roller. It's the hookshot that's on Laser Bridge, as we get bottle number 3 and $50. Wowee game. Can we find some progression, please?
Okay, Spiral Cave. One more check up here on the mountain, then we got some choices to make.
Actually, correction, yeah, it was Chain Chomps for, those Bluebell and Crystal Roller. Chain Chomps was Mirror. I'm really scared of rating.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a pretty lousy location. You had to go to TR from the front, with the, to get your, you had to get your TR keys from Blind Soul, Ice Rod Cave, and the Desert Big Chest, to get to Mirror and Hookshot to get places. Bob is now going to get the $300 out of Spectacle Rock, I think. Yeah. Momentarily lost track of which cave he was in. So, places to go now. Pod still exists. We still only have one small key for there somehow. We have Pod, we have 2 checks in Swamp, we have
All of Meyer.
Hammerless Ice, all of Meyer.
All of Pendant Meyer, yeah. With nothing on the pedestal. Alright.
Nope.
It looks like PK is gonna save scum this lava chest here. This is nothing you
Looks
can
like
see save it quick here, so could be a good play if this turns out to be something useful.
Mhm. And nope. That is a save scum.
Yeah.
Half magic for Bob. So take your pick of really lousy choices for dungeons. Either full clearable Pendant Mire with junk unpegged, or an assortment of crystal dungeons that you can't clear.
Like Meyer.
Which is where Plumeria is going. One small key, one big key, cane, fire rod, lamp. You are quite hookshot to get in. This is quite clearable. Probably not logically, but they don't care. Looks like actually Plumeria does not have the small key. That was an... I could have sworn he should have it. It's in the chicken hut. I just don't think it's marked on the tracker. But I'm pretty sure he checked the chicken hut. Those robes trolling. There we go. Lobby test. It's a hair container.
No Firelight side here. And Meyer, we're gonna pull a heart piece. Hooray, heart piece.
Yep. Well, Meyer is, to be fair, paraphrasing the whole discussion here in chat, does have a lot more checks on the typical in key sanity, full key sanity, which we have here. It's got 8 checks instead of the usual 2. It's still kind of slow and annoying, but at least the key requirements are a lot lower than Pod, for instance. It still takes a while. And Bob is going somewhere. I'm not sure where he's going, but he's going somewhere.
Check.
Head check.
Wants to make sure Meyer, if we do Meyer, we're going to pull pads, so probably Meyer going to be his next stop after this, regardless.
I'd expect so, as we get a small key to... Well, that's our key number 4 in the Meyer cutscene chest. Thanks. Logically useful, practically useless.
Yeah, since we already know lava chest was $20.
And Bob finding out it's just some money. Bad.
That might change Bob's route here. You might not think Meyer here, so I don't know.
I mean, you gotta take his pick of his other rather lousy dungeon choices. Yeah, he might skip Viddy because of that, as we get a... well, that's pod key number 2.
They do exist.
Hey, it's actually kind of impressive we're an hour 20 into this and we only just got our second pod small. As we get red mail out of the big chest. That's nice to have, but is definitely not progression. And herpes.
Okay, so we have the bridge chest and Vitreous here left, and Meyer not really proven to be anything useful so far.
Not at all, as Bob is gonna go do the smith chain. Forgot that existed, to be honest. And, hey, pod key 3, figures. Need a 4th key to make much logical use out of it, but we're starting to look at pod as our next play here at this point.
Yeah, I think pod, hammerless pod, sure.
Hammerless pod. Hammerless, currently 3 key pod, I should add. And 10 arrows off the smiths. Yeah, best part of Hammerless Pod, no key saving trips down right side. Yeah, they're definitely opening the front door if they when they go there. Which does limit how much they can actually do in the place. As you can technically full clear pod in 4 small keys, but it requires making several trips down the right side, which is kind of slow.
That's only if you have a hammer.
Yep, because you can't get down there otherwise.
Alright, Vitreous fights. Silver arrows makes it simple.
As long as you can aim, it's easy. And PK can aim. Fiddy's down, purple chest is $20, and Fiddy gives us a heartbeat. Thanks. We're just gonna save the hassle of the cutscene and it's just gonna go down. Fair enough.
Bob's gonna do the 2 checks and swap.
Yes, he is. Okay.
And yeah, and I expected PK is gonna head over to pod here.
Makes sense. With only the 3 keys can open the front door, do right in a bow. Can open the front door, do right side. I would presume he probably skips the big key chest and heads to the back if I had to guess. And get quite a few checks over there and hammer up for the maze. That's a nice broad location if I've ever seen one. Jeez.
Let's go be Tridex.
Oh dear. That's bad.
That's horrible. Alright, and I'm mad.
A map to thieves. Thanks. That is a dreadful location. If Tridex is next, that's gonna just suck.
Well,
Oh dear. That is not a good location for the ice squad right now. As we get a small key to thanks game. Thanks. Second
already
miter
beat-
small in pod.
we already beat that dungeon pod.
And Bob is now going to 1 key pod since he hasn't done miter yet. Ouch. He won't be getting very far in here, unfortunately. Considering that 2 of the 3 pod keys we've seen were in miter. Seed stubbornly refusing to give us progression. Right side, giving us the map to Hera. Thanks. And $300. Wow,
My
game.
gosh.
That was not helpful.
What is going on?
So, as expected, PK is going to head for the back. Got ourselves a game.
No.
Why?
Come on. Okay, there's two pod smalls and 2 miter smalls in pod. Powder!
More fetch quests! Yay! Not even the logic, I should add. That's 4 key lock, but thanks.
Yep, can't even do powder now. Great.
That's amazingly helpful game. Really, really helpful. Or at least I think that's 3 key lock. 4 key lock pod. Yeah, key logic breaks my brain a bit sometimes.
And the hammer jump here for PK.
Yep.
Oh, just
did
missed
not
it though.
work. Going to reset the area. Alright, and Bob is out of here. He's gonna go into Mire, find 2 small keys to pod, and feel very bad over it. That's really not a great
Here's
solution
the Dark
here.
Maze. We got a heart piece.
Yeah. Heart piece and a key to GT. Wowie, game. This pod was not very useful. It got us a powder, and I think that's basically it.
Yep. Powder and 2 miter keys that we don't need.
Yeah,
And-
but 2 player keys we don't need, and a GT key we don't really need either.
Okay, and PK says we're going to Ice Palace without the hammer.
We're 1 pod small from Hammer on Tridex being in logic. We might be for that.
Oh. If Tridex
No,
has
it's-
the hammer, I want Tridex to have the hammer. I want that right now.
Right, because TR's final small key was in the Mire cutscene chest, which I guess is luck behind a few keys. My knowledge of Mire key logic is atrociously bad. Yeah, that's what I thought. Vortex, thanks. Yeah, and 13. Wait, logic checks out.
Logic is difficult.
It is. I know OTR key logic pretty well. My knowledge of ALttPR logic is very basic. Yeah, there's no Ice Palace smalls. We've seen exactly 0 of them so far.
Yeah.
We've got keyless, hammerless Ice Palace. At least they have a cage.
Yeah, so without the hammer on, this is a pretty common play you see runners make. They're going to do the Ice Palace bound jump since the other stuff is not really in logic without the hammer. So
That's
we're gonna.
true, right? I forgot Icebreaker is less sensible with when you don't have a hammer to get around that way. My sense of direction is also really quite bad, and I don't play LTDPR often, so that does not help me anything. Alright, cutscene chest for Bob. That'll get him his 4th TR small.
I mean
Does
that.
not look over.
Yeah, that could send Bob up to TR actually. Check lava chest and go ahead and okay, yep, and realizing, yep, we're not gonna beat dungeon, so we're not gonna bother Ice Palace bomb jump. So
Yeah.
where is this hammer?
It's not the first chest of ice. We do know it's not in swamp at least. Sorry, we do know that. We're running out of checks. Period. Really, we have no Hera access without that hammer. We can't finish ice without it. We've seen Meyer, seen the Smith chain. Magic Bat's severely out of logic behind 4 pod smalls right now. That is a lovely shovel out of the Ice Palace freezer chest. Not especially what they wanted to see either, is to get a pod key 4 out of the ice big chest. Okay.
Why? Oh.
Is that in logic? Genuine question.
Yes.
I have no idea.
Yes, big key chest and ice is in logic without the hammer.
Fantastic. Let's hammer on Trinex. Absolutely could happen.
No, PK, no. Fine.
Ooh, that sucks.
That's a bad death.
That is a bad death, and decides to cut. I don't blame him. TR Big Key is in Logic Vortex. That was in Blindside. As was the Ice Palace Big Key, that was in Mini Moldorm Cave.
PK, you have a flute.
Just just wants to walk, I guess. Where is he going? This is not your way to a powder turn in. That was my first thought. Did he not do? I thought he did pyramid check earlier, but maybe not.
Nope. Trying to decide which way to go. Oh, remember CS flute. Okay. And to the wrong spot. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because they both did pyramid. Just confused at the moment, I guess. Yeah. Okay, flew to Link's house. And we'll see Viddy for Bob. Checking the shovel now for PlumeriaKnight here. And Viddy's down. .
And for Bob, that is dungeon number 4 completed, but 3 of them were pendants. Huh.
Yes, they were. As they get a
And
heartbeat
shovel
off the
was something.
shovel.
Oh my god.
Oh dear, game. Oh dear.
Go be Tridex, Bob. Just do it.
I think that's where he's going. They've both full cleared pendant dungeons. Plumeria is safe good out of the pendant catch cutscene, but otherwise they've both done all 3 pendant dungeons, and they have 1 crystal apiece. Bob did not scum lava chest. Ped is $300, and Bob just hasn't done lava chest. Period. To clarify, Ped was $300.
Bob has been
Red.
the swamp. That's where the ice rod was.
Yep. Ice Rod and a map to someplace they did not need the map to, considering they know where all 3 pendants have gotten off to. They are a hammer and Eastern Big from Go mode. Yes, actually, Dr. Diabetes, that is a point. We lost track of their actual Go mode list, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
Problem is, where's the hammer and Eastern Big?
Okay, Bob is... Yeah, okay, that is the wrong spot for Bob. There's a quicker spot you could have went to. But, okay, we're going this way.
Alright. Yeah, not taking a... Oh, lava chest.
Oh, lava chest. Okay, that makes sense.
But they've done mostly the same checks. Some divergences here and there. Bob is heading back for lava chest. Plumeria did. He did front of...
Yeah,
And he did front of Swamp, where Plumeria went and did Ice Palace. Dipped
The
Ice
change
Forecast.
did not have anything, so...
And Bob did not do the back of Pod, because he went there before Meyer.
Yep.
We're gonna turn in that green pendant for $20. As far as checks we have left, we have an analogic. We have a where is that? Powder. Powder was in your room. That is actually in. We have powder. We have. We can't finish Eastern. We can't get into Harrow. We've seen Pod. We cannot get further in Swamp. We've seen. Plumeria did leave a couple things behind in Ice, and we've got Trinex and TR, but we're running out of stuff pretty hard at this point.
I might get my wish of hammer on Trinex. I want it. I need that in my life.
Hammer on Trinex would be great, and quite possible at this point. We are running very, very hard out of checks for this hammer. Trinex himself shouldn't be too bad, at least. Got half magic, with rods, tempered. Takes both heads down pretty quick as Plumeria gets his $20 off. Purple chest.
Hey, Trinex is down for Dr. Bob as PK is headed into the swamp. Gonna get that ice rod. And Trinex is going to give us the hammer! I got it! Yes! Yes!
Hammer on Trinex, all.
Oh my goodness.
At an hour and 37 minutes, we finally have a hammer, everyone. That is a terrible spot.
Dip in the front of Swamp House to get the ice rod, to get the Trinex, to get the hammer. Oh, boy. That... wow.
That is a dreadfully horrible spot. Bob is going to be able to clear ice in one trip. He doesn't have any small keys either. They just seem to be completely missing. And yep, we have an Eastern Big for Goatman. That's somewhere.
In swamp.
Probably.
Or back, well... Jeez, I
I
don't know
never did
anymore.
see the Thieves Town big chest, considering the hammer just showed up. Spike Cave exists as far as Hammerlock checks go. Elmasaur obviously exists. All of Hera. We have a couple things in Ice Palace.
Okay.
Hammer pegs.
We finally have the world open to us with that hammer.
Yeah. Yep, Mirror Bucket and Hammer all in TR. And actually here at the hour 40 mark, may as well do some shoutouts. Give both of our runners a follow. DoctorBobtastic and PlumeriaKnight, to my co-com, Captain 1977, to our checker, Lady Laura Linda, and thank you as well, Cubs Rule, for doing the restream today. As well as to everyone in the chat for watching. This has been an interesting one so far. A bit of a fully seed, but that's inverted keys for you. Plumeria heading for try next now.
Wow.
Who's in the lead?
Yes.
Bob? I am actually not sure right now.
I really don't know.
Yeah, we've still got a good ways to go. They're missing a lot of crystals each. The Eastern Big is not there in ice. Well, Chat is definitely ahead. Oh, Chat's always ahead, but I could put Bob a bit ahead right now, having just got a lead on that hammer. Clearing ice in one trip here saves a lot of time. Oh, Bob will have to... Bob can actually... If he finds the Eastern Big soon enough, he could potentially skip most of the backup pod, actually, because he hasn't really done that yet due to the way he routed his keys, and he skipped a bunch of stuff back there. He might that might be good for him.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why he's ahead, is he actually skipped the backup pod, because that had nothing of any actual consequence in there.
Nope.
As Plumeria gets his hammer here, probably not thrilled with that placement.
Yeah, who would be? I don't think Bob's
Hammer
really
is also
bothered.
finally regular Dark World or regular Light World access for them, rather than taking the Aga portal everywhere. There's Bombos, thanks. Very nice palace. Classic. Yeah, Bob's is some decent amount of ice palace ahead. Plumeria did clear part of this out earlier, but died trying to get to your right side, and is gonna have to backtrack as Bob is getting a healthy fill here.
I think he's gonna catch a fairy.
Yeah, and I forgot I was discussing hammer being a powder being a check available earlier. I forgot that's actually hammerlock. Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah, in this mode, yeah, you need hammer for powder.
Yep, can't mirror there, which is something I forgot. Oopsies. But that is a check that exists. And available now.
And that is not a hammer, Bob.
No, that isn't. Minor facepalm on his face cam there.
Switch to Bombos just a little bit early there, but It happens. I do it all the time.
Yeah, just a minor brain fart. Oopsies, there we are. That's the time to use bombers. And it's time for Cold Stare. As Half Magic has temper, this shouldn't be too bad. And in fact, it takes all 3 pups down pretty quick.
Hey, we got a second crystal for Bob there. We get a small key to Hera. Oh, Hera's completable now.
A little clearable now, yeah.
Just your average 1 hour 44 minutes second crystal. No big deal.
Yep. I think even for inverted keys, I think that's a little slower than average.
That's much slower. You never expect a hammer on Trinex.
No, you don't. I think I think there's been probably at least one rather chatty inverted key C that was done by an hour 44 in either this CC or main tourney. I don't know if this is even gonna sub 2 at the point where at the rate we're going.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I doubt it, honestly. We are, should we get a bet going, actually, Cubs, to where this Eastern Big went off to? This is game 2, yes. Did Cubs make a typo? Something? Oh, no, we have it read correctly. It's game 2 in round 3.
PlumeriaKnight is up 1 game right now. They win, they move on to the round in brackets, and Bob's trying to stretch this to a game 3.
Yep.
Okay, so we got Hera, Spike Cave, Ether Tablet now finally available to us.
Yep. Alright, Cold Stare stands for PlumeriaKnight. That is his second crystal at
there's
an
Vicky.
hour.
No! Bob's like, no!
Anyway, that's hilarious. Second crystal at an hour 46, and Bob is not happy about that.
Yep.
Golden's big key.
There's 2 big keys left in this game, and we just need one of them, and that wasn't it.
We have now found every other big key in the game except for that one. We are, however, missing a plethora of small keys. We're missing the Desert Small. We finally found our... we're missing a Desert Small, we're missing 2 Pod Smalls, we're missing 1 Skull Wood Small, 2 Ice Smalls, 1 GT Small out of all our keys right now. Ooh, and where is PK going now? Because unfortunately for PK, that Ice Rod in the first of... actually, no. PK has the Ice Rod that needs to be marked on the tracker. I was like, he could have been trying next to get his hammer without the Ice Rod, which is in the first chest of Slump, but PK is behind.
PK cannot get to the light world this way. He needs the bits.
Yes, he does. And realizes. Mitts, another item that never showed up. They're not nearly as useful in inverted as in regular. To be fair, battling I think they 100% hardlock no matter what is the King's Tomb check, but it is something.
Don't even have the boots for that, so it's not really probably required for anything.
No. Boots, for all we know, are probably in GT at this point.
I'm gonna try to do a little hair pot here. So line up. Oh, not quite.
Nope.
There we go. That is Skullwood's key number 3.
Not really all that helpful. They don't really need small keys at all at this point, and then maybe the desert small would be kind of rude. They logically need it. Troll door knocking Bob down 2 floors. Ouch. The small key is mostly not useful. You're just looking for 1 big key, and that's it.
After all this, just need that 1 small key. Or big key. Okay. Once. And I'm just gonna wait for Moldorm to not be bad. There we go. We got him.
Alright, Mildorm's down. Going to give us the compass to Skullwoods and a force crystal here for Bob.
DK not taking any chances there using that cape on Moldorm. Don't want to take a fall. Bob, remembering this is how you get the Mimic Cave, since we have the hammer now.
Yep. I completely forgot this check existed. And Mimic Cave is the boots!
We found the boots.
At an hour 51, we can finally go fast. That's not a good spot for those.
No. How late the hammer was, it was kind of inevitable that the boots are mislocked, but or boot hammer locked, but yeah. Wow.
That is bad. Anyway, this is a nice. This is a swamp play for Bob.
Yeah.
Don't forget you need to mirror from the light world, Bob, not from the dark world.
There we go. Now he's got it.
Yeah, it is easy to mix up.
PK about to get his boots now.
Yep, Spike Cave is available. Hammer Pegs is available. There's probably some other Oz random overworld check I'm presently forgetting that's now available.
I mean, yeah, they could do like hammer bags and powder and stuff now, but yeah, Bob's opting for the dense play here in Swamp. Makes
That's
sense.
the end progression, which makes sense.
And plus, it is a crystal. We have to defeat it. So.
Thieves Town Big Chest is another one of the random, almost overworld at this point. It's so isolated, random checks that the hammer opens up. Well, they both cleared Thieves Town a while ago, but neither of them had a hammer at the time, of course. So, yeah, Big Chest was left behind. I don't believe either of them had the Skullwoods Big Key when they were in there earlier, because the Skullwoods Big Chest, sorry, and because Skullwoods Big Key was on Ether Tablet, so that's now available. If we're going to talk dreadful available checks that they now can do.
Oh, there
And
it is. It's
there it
Bob.
is.
154.60. Bob has entered Go mode. It was Justin's Swamp.
Yep. Look behind everything. We are in Go mode, and it's looking highly likely we're gonna get a game 3 here between these two, because Plumeria won game 1, and Bob was looking to win this one to force a game 3, so they'll be getting that most likely, unless things go seriously haywire for Bob, who is picking up some bombs and some more bombs. Not even sure what Bob was looking for at this point. You got any idea why Bob's still opening chests?
He might have that fire shield, I'm sure. I don't know.
I hope he realizes he's in Go mode. He has every key he needs, he has all the items he needs. Could be him just like opening chests in the way for Gold Sword, I guess. I hope it's just that and not something more serious. Because people do sometimes just forget. But I'm pretty sure he can beat Pod. He didn't use that many keys there earlier.
Oh yeah, Bob has a bunch of keys because he did minor after Pod, so he's got plenty of small keys for Pod.
Oh yeah. And that's a nice silver on Argus, and he's down for Bob. Giving $50, and Bob's, fifth crystal here at an hour 56.
Just gotta finish up the Pod in the Eastern play here. Then this actually works out pretty well for Bob here because he just gonna be able to clear out Pod, then clear out Eastern, then run over to the castle for Gannis Tower.
Yep. And that'll be the seat done for Bob. Can run straight up GT, does not need to do the basement, has the big key, has 2 small keys for GT, and that's enough. PK also getting the Eastern Big is now also in Go mode and heading for the back. Just watching them run through the end of the seat at this point, really. Not a ton left to be said. We know where their Go mode is. Bob just needs to do Pod Eastern. Plumeria needs to finish Swamp and then run to Pod Eastern. Couple minutes behind, but not by a lot.
It's still fairly close. So
it is. It's difference, I think, is probably mostly the back of Pod, if anything. That in hindsight here right now, it's an execution race to the end. Well, they've both got tempered silvers. They have 12 hearts each. They've got red mail, half magic. Not too worried about their safeties. They even have a cape. Argus is really trolling Plumeria, though.
there.
There we go. And hey, second, thank you for the sub. As Plumeria gets crystal number 5. Nice and quick helmet for Bob. Beautifully
That's
timed
good.
silver arrow, and that'll be crystal number 6. How's the race? And oh, hey, thanks for the 13th heart container. How's the race going, Sakuna?
Hammer on Trinex. That's all you need to know.
Yep, hammer on Trinex. Behind a nice run in the first chest of swamp, I should add. Because why not? And with that, happy 2 hours, everyone.
We're just about done here, so PK gonna go ahead and okay, drop the meter here, which makes sense. That way you can just spear back out, do Eastern right after.
Yep.
Headed into the back of Armos fights here as PK is making their way back to Helvesaur. Silver arrows, no problem. 6 arrows, just or 7 arrows. I mean, and, and Bob takes out Armos Dice, gets a compass. Crystal number 7. We're headed to GT.
Yep. Plumeria, Helma, and a Eastern behind it at this point, more or less. And Bob's gonna safe quit to Link's house and take the portal and head on up.
Or,
You know, I can
oh,
just
yeah.
safe quit right here, never mind. Right,
That's right, Agassiz.
Oops.
Good knowledge there on Bob's part. Bob is...
Yeah,
Buddy?
Bob,
Yeah.
remembering.
Yeah. Yeah, you just run up, Bob. You're fine.
I forgot that your safe quit is right on top of Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, it puts you right in front of the door to GT, which is helpful. So
It is.
I forgot about that too. Alright.
Little things that are easy to forget if you don't play inverted often. I don't play inverted myself, and I haven't seen it in probably several months, if not longer. Bob is on beepity beep mode. Watch out. Can't stop by the safety room here, assuming he survives this room.
He's gonna take one and keep one for later.
Yep.
And we begin the gauntlet for Bob.
Continuing our gauntlet for Bob, Armos Knights for Plumeria. Slightly better aim than Bob, and finishes off with 6 arrows, and is going to get his 7th crystal at just under 2 hours and 5 minutes. It's time for GT.
I will not play nice with Bob here.
Getting health refill, we mixed it down for Plumeria. And yeah, overall just a slow trolley seed. Lots of double dipping recorded as is typical for Key Sandy. Of course, it's Naga seed. Had to do, you articulately recorded to do Meyer for Podkeys, though Bob never did really end up doing the back. Had to do first Chest of Swamp for Ice Rod to go get your hammer off Trinex to beat the seed. Boots were of course behind hammer because why not? And just rolls all around. That's the thing, I think their second both their second crystals were at like the hour 40 mark.
Yeah.
Checking this chest just in case Gold Sword is there, which it isn't. And time for Moldorm 2.
Slash, what's spin should take down Moldorm 2. There we go. No falls today for Bob.
Nope. Mine was 2 down for Plumeria. And that's second 2 down for Bob.
Hey. This Bob is spinning happily in the middle of that room. He's like, I'm almost done.
Yep. Ooh, Plumeria taking a fall there in this room. Does still get the timing of the torches, making sure if you would. And another change of inverted is the Ganon hole is here on top of Pyro Castle instead.
Liking that double spin there, but I'm just gonna breaks out the cape for safety. Gonna slash him. Bannon is in the gate phase 3 here, as PK takes the fall there at Moldorm.
Well, I'm gonna troll.
And continues the troll.
No, silver is our one weakness. Yeah, they got those a while ago. That was in TR as well. Very nice double.
There it
And
is.
there we go. GG's to DoctorBobtastic, going to win Game 2 and force a Game 3 here with an official racetime.gg time of 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 2 seconds.
GG Bob.
And we are joined by both runners. GG's.
GG's, guys.
Ooh.
Oh, ha, ha, ah.
You okay there?
I might be a little bit like have the nervous energy still going from the last 10 minutes. I was watching it back and I'm like, oh, how did I do that? Anyway, I don't know what kind of language that was. Sure.
Language of a winner.
GG's.
Oh,
Let's go with that.
that was. Oh, but that was Hey, Trinex, why do you have the hammer?
Why does Shrinex have the hammer?
Well, I mean, it was probably the first item placed in the randomizer. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And then the entire rest of the seed built itself around that.
Yeah.
No, man,
What-
and now you hide your ice rod in the first chest of swamp, too, just because, why not? I remember, because you guys found, what was it? You found first the mirror, then the, swamp small and TR, and it goes from no check to swamp
And
to
the
one
hookshot.
to we doubled it!
Hookshot, yeah.
I remember distinctly Captain be like, yay, we just doubled the number of checks available.
So what are your thoughts going through your mind here? You're about an hour and 40 minutes in. You have like 2 crystals done. I mean, what's going through your mind here?
I'm looking forward to taking a break from Rando for a while. Wait.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to be put out of my misery, really.
Exactly.
Dr. Bob probably has already got everything and is beating Ganon by now, surely.
See, I
That's
constantly
funny.
think that stuff about my opponents all the time. So I'm just like, Basically,
Yeah.
the only things that helped me out was, one, my stubborn refusal to ever go into Ice Palace without the hammer if I can help it. And two, the fact that I decided to clear out what I could have pawed before going to Pendant Mire. And it was all based on that pedestal check I did. I was like, if the pedestal is something good, I'm going to Mire. Otherwise, I'm going elsewhere.
Yeah.
Made sense. And that is basically what we're seeing here, too. Be a 3-minute difference between you. Plumeria finishing on restream to 13:01 GG. Yeah, the difference there, 3 minutes, basically is not full clearing pod and not double dipping ice, really, I think is most of that.
It sounds like a pretty close match, so...
It was, they were wondering for a while what's left, because they kept coming down to various things. First, it's like, really, game? We've got 2 Castle Tower keys, and there's 2 swords in the front of Skull Woods. Really, game? Well, I guess we know where we're going.
Only need one for inverted.
Yep. And of course, they gave us both anyway. And then there's the TR mess.
I mean, it wasn't particularly nice. You had to go up with like 5 hearts.
No,
Mm.
nothing.
Mail, it was like,
That was
it
the
was
worst
4 hearts.
inverted
It was 4 hearts.
cross, keys. Yeah, I think I had 3 hearts first time I went up Death Mountain.
I think I only had 4 because I checked the pyramid first. Like I checked the pyramid, then I did catfish, and then I got the small key there. And then I finally went up once I had both small keys, because I'm like, I'm not betting there's one in there.
Yeah, I wanted to do it all at once, but I still didn't have the Moon Pearl, so I didn't want to commit to the tower yet. And it's like, well,
there's those,
might have to bunny walk.
few checks
anyway.
in the light world that are available, and Sick Kid
Yep.
and, like, I think Bottle Vendor was available at that
Yep.
point. I think that was about it.
That was it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that bottle turned out to be very important at the end.
Yeah.
I picked up that one bottle, so.
Yep.
Not something I wanted to do if I could avoid it, but what can you do?
Yeah.
I mean, I do love me some bunny shenanigans. Not gonna lie, I play a lot of cross keys. But even in cross keys, your bunny shenanigans are kind of a last resort. It's like you really don't expect those to pay off.
That was such a slow start to the season. But an hour and a half in, we're like, wow, this is still a slow start to the season. And,
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
and then you
It's
find the
just
ice
nothing.
rod in swamps, and you try to actually probably like, okay, finally. And then you find your boots and
Mimic game, and they're
Cave
just like,
and-
really game.
oh my gosh.
No, and
I
then
didn't
that
even do
bait,
that much later.
the bait Skull Woods, I think it was Skull Woods big on Ether Tablet was funny too. It's like, is that
Oh
it?
yeah.
Yep.
Like, hey, go mode.
Hmm. I
Nope.
was like, no,
Yeah.
don't you do this to me.
No. It's
You're supposed to be
Oh,
in Gaiman's
boys.
Tower. What are you doing here?
You guys, because Eastern was both of your last big key. You guys were missing an assortment of small keys. Shoutouts to going ice with no small keys at all.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. I was worried about routing that. Especially without the
You
hammer.
were, yeah, and you were both short a bit on keys and palette too. You went
Yeah,
in
where
with
the heck
Speed
were you?
area. Bob
By
had
the
a grand sum
time-
of 1.
By the time I came back, I had gotten 5, but it wasn't 4, I guess.
You were in go
There wasn't
mode.
a point.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was no point to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other two are probably just in harmless Hellway and Pod Mickey.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying left side swamp
that's also a possibility. You know.
because I was
We
fully
were all
prepared to
missing-
go left side swamp. No lie. And
There were
during
also
the
some,
competition,
like-
I was like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah.
Nope.
I was
There were
I was
also
gonna
some
skip-
random like big keys, some big chests you skipped, like Skullwood, Steve, Swamp. You guys
I
never
was
got around to
also
those
fully
big chests.
prepared- I was also fully prepared for the Eastern Palace Big Key to be in the Pyramid Fairy like it was last time,
Oh.
and where I completely forgot to check that I had the 5 and 6 crystals and therefore pulled the pedestal.
Oh yeah, I forgot Pyramid Fairy, but that, yeah.
Yeah. Hammer pegs. I mean, yeah, it could be like a lot of places. So.
There were quite a few dreadful spots you guys never checked because Hammer was so late.
Mhm. Well, yeah, I guess we're doing this again.
Yeah.
Yes,
we got
you are.
one more game.
Look forward to it.
You got that scheduled yet?
Not yet. We discussed a little bit. We're thinking sometime on Thursday and Friday, but we haven't nailed it down yet. So if anyone is interested in watching that, that's the sort of thing you might keep an eye out for.
Yeah, we might see if we can look at it on the ZSR schedule at some point.
We'll keep an eye open for that. But GG's to both of you again. Congratulations, Bob. Stretch it out to game 3.
GG's.
GG, Bob. Thank you for the restream.
Thank you both for putting up with whatever kind of garbage I was doing on the screen. And
Nah, you did fine. Yeah, I think that is about it for us here. Don't know if Cubs wants to take us out or if I should do part of it. I guess first give our runners a follow here. DoctorBobtastic and PlumeriaKnight. Great game from them both. We look forward to seeing our game 3. To my co-com, Captain 1977, and to our tracker lady Laura Linda, as well as to our restreamer Cubs, who I'm turning the outro over to now. GG's all.
Let me add my GGs to both of you as well. Just want to say a quick heads up. In about a little over 2.5 hours, we'll have game 1 of Tracespire versus Amaranth. back here on ZSR. So we hope to see many, if not most of you, back here for that. Check out the schedule. We do have more coming up in the next few days. Probably can find something to pique your interest on that schedule.
I have one thing I wanted to say. I'm officially naming this commentary team Star Captain and the World of the Rando.
Nice.
Okay, then.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to head on out for the moment. But again, we'll hope to see everybody back here about 6 o'clock Eastern. Until then, thank you very much all for joining us. Stay safe out there, and have a good afternoon, all. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Out.
All
GG. Well done, all.
Thanks, Cubs. That was fun.